So anyway, guys, I'm Dan Bidondi, host of TruthRadioShow.com, and on my show we deal with everything. It's like a mix of Coast to Coast, Alex Jones, and Now You See TV all rolled into one. So basically, we're going to talk about spiritual warfare today on my channel here, Antichrist False Prophets Exposed, where we deal with spiritual warfare. We deal with exposing false prophets and basically anything biblical, and also the occult, exposing that too. But today we're going to talk about FLAKKA, and which because right now it's one of the biggest, most dangerous psychotropics out there, and not just FLAKKA, but mainly psychotropic drugs altogether. So basically, what FLAKKA could do and what these psychotropics could do, they open you up for demonic possession. Now you see these people, there's videos all over the place. These people under FLAKKA, they could run into cars. One woman jumped off a bridge, and this is real stuff. She jumped off a bridge, a highway overpass, and she got hit by a car and got up and walked away from it. And like anybody else would be dead just from jumping off the highway overpass. All kinds of crazy things. They have superhuman strength. And people say, oh, it's from the drugs and all that. No, it's a lot more than the drugs. A lot more involved with the psychotropics. Now, yes, it does. And I'm not saying it does to everybody. I'm not saying that at all. People just get spaced out and go on their trips or whatever most of the time. But it does lead to demonic possession for a lot of people. And in fact, in the occultic world, they encourage people, they encourage people to use psychotropics. That's the common thing in the occult, because in the occult and New Age practices and everything else, they encourage people to use psychotropic drugs and all that to induce these spiritual experiences. Basically, like anything, out-of-body experiences, all that other stuff. Psychotropics enhances the experience, and opens out a thing they call the pineal gland, the third eye. And anybody who's into that kind of stuff, was into that kind of stuff, I highly recommend you don't do that stuff anymore. Knows what I'm talking about. And it's a very dangerous thing to do, and people have these out-of-body experiences. They go on these trips, I mean, real trips into out of their body, and also confronting spiritual entities, where they think they're ascended masters, they think they're cosmic beings, they think they're these men of wisdom of higher planes and everything else. And the whole reality of it is they're not any of those such things at all. And that's why Indians are, because I'm a Native American as well, but when a lot of the Native Americans, in the old days especially, they would smoke peyote and all this other stuff that would open up themselves to the spirit world. It would channel them into the spirit world, and it's a form of a psychotropic. And the Bible calls it pharmakeia, and this stuff is very dangerous. And so it does lead to demonic possession, because when you open your pineal gland, your third eye, you're opening the door wide to Satan. It's a wide open door that says, come on in, Satan, I'm here. And then we get to the other things too with the Kundalini magic, which is highly used in things like yoga, when you're not the regular yoga, not just the stretching part, because there's different levels of yoga. When you get into yoga and everything else, you get into the higher ranks and orders, like higher levels of yoga, I should say. And that's when you get into the spiritual aspect of it. When you start, aligning your chakras, getting into all that stuff, the 7 chakras and everything else, you open in the pineal gland. And they strongly encourage the use of psychotropics. And same thing, that's the high levels of yoga. I'm not talking about the people just go to the moms get together and they go to somebody's house or some studio and stretch. I don't condone that, but that's, they don't really do anything spiritual. And so when you get to the transitions of basically coming to the spiritual part, learning about the Kundalini and everything else, which is a demonic serpent spirit. And there's a lot of other stuff like Reiki and other stuff that encourages the same thing. They think they can use energies to heal, and Reiki is a lot about healing and everything else. Then you get into the trance stuff, with sexual healing and everything else, sexual magic, and it's all related. I mean, it could go on forever. Even high levels of witchcraft sometimes use them, same as Satanism and everything else, and all different levels of the occult. Psychotropics are widely encouraged in the occultic world because, again, and the thing is that they think they're getting powers from this. They think they're seeing things, wisdom and knowledge that nobody else can see. And again, a lot of these people, especially in the New Age, they practice this with their out-of-body experiences, and they confront what they assume to be cosmic beings, spiritual ascended masters, and all these other sorts. And they think they're gods, and they even tell these people, you can become like God too. You're evolving to the next level of spirituality. And they convince these people to make them really believe that this is real. And yes, these entities are real. They're not seeing hallucination. These things are very real. But the thing is, they pose as what the Bible calls familiar spirits. Familiar spirits or unclean spirits, they'll tell you all this good stuff, and in fact, sometimes one of these spirits will appear to you as somebody that you know that's passed away. That's called a familiar spirit. It's not really that person. It's all about deception. So basically, they do this purposely to deceive you. It's all about deception. And they'll tell you all kinds of wisdom. They will. These ascended masters, which are demonic spirits. They'll tell you everything. They'll tell you truth, a lot of truth, but mixed with a lot of pots of garbage. Because you've got to remember, too, these demonic spirits, these fallen angels and all that, they know what's to come. It's not like they really know how to read the future, because they know biblical prophecy. They know God's layout or his plan. So they know what's to come. They're very intelligent beings, far more intelligent than 1,000 Einsteins put together. So, and people get into this spiritual enlightenment because they think they could become wise and wisdom. But again, these things, they'll teach you some truth, absolutely, but mixed with a lot of pots of lies and deception purposely to mislead you. And so all this is induced by psychotropic drugs. FLAKKA is one of the biggest ones right now. Like I said in the beginning of this video, people on FLAKKA have been known to have superhuman abilities. Getting hit by a car, they'll ram themselves right into oncoming traffic, get right back up again, broken bones and everything, get back up and keep moving. Again, one person literally jumped off a highway overpass, got hit by a car, gets back up and keeps running, as if nothing was wrong. This stuff is real, folks. This is a real problem going on. And again, it's not just FLAKKA, it's other psychotropic drugs that is being used widely in the occult, especially, and regular people too. And you're opening your door wide open to Satan. That serpent's coming right into you. And again, I'm not saying that happens to everybody. People just go on their highs and trips and everything. But a lot of demonic possessions to do with the use of psychotropic drugs. Now, this is where the controversy will come in, and we're going to get a lot of flack from this because I got a lot of friends that do this stuff. Now, marijuana, okay? Marijuana, weed, pot, whatever you want to call it, because some people, for some reason, get offensive when you call it marijuana. And, or pot, or weed, whatever, I don't care. But this stuff, too, opens that pineal gland as well, because anything that alters your state of consciousness. And yes, I agree, I'll agree 100% that marijuana, okay, does heal, has many healing properties, but it's not meant to be smoked. This is where a lot of people misunderstand this. THC and all that is not meant to be smoked. It's many healing properties in the marijuana and all that. But again, it's for edibles and using oils and breaking it down and everything else. But it's not meant to be smoked. So now when you smoke it, you're not only filling your lung with tar, it's disgusting. And it's just almost as bad as the cigarettes with the tar part. And I'll argue with anybody on that. So, and marijuana and all that's meant to be, again, oils and edibles and everything else. And you're basically not to get high. That's what I'm trying to say. You use it for the healing principles. But even marijuana, weed, whatever the heck you want to call it, Mary Jane, all right, that would also could possibly open your chances even higher for demonic possession. Because, again, anything that alters your state of consciousness, maybe the marijuana, what's up, Jonathan? marijuana, FLAKKA, whatever the case, mushrooms, whatever, you are playing with fire big time. You're playing with huge fire, because what it does, again, it opens that pineal gland, the third eye, and it's like a wide open door. That's why, again, high levels of yoga, when you get to the New Age, even the Kabbalah tree and everything, and they all teach you about the 7 chakras. And when you align the 7 chakras and you open that pineal gland, you're inviting the Kundalini into you. Now, they say it's an ancient Kundalini serpent spirit. Openly say it's a serpent spirit. That's that's one of the oldest ancient names of Satan. The Kundalini is actually a demonic spirit, a serpent spirit that comes into you. It coils around your spine and everything. That's why this is heavily used in the fake churches out there, down in the south and everything. When they have these people doing these healing rituals, they jump up and they'll go to an old lady that hasn't walked in 15 years, or a crippled person, never walked in their life. And this stuff is real. They'll lay their hands upon it, that person's forehead, and they'll put that Kundalini spirit from him into that person. That person will jump off that chair. Like, boom, first time in their life, jumping off that chair, jumping around. Oh my God, I'm healed. And they're shaking and everything else. And you got these people, the pastor goes like this, and the people fall down, and everybody's shaking, barking like dogs, laughing, hysterical laughter, all kinds of effects from it. But they think it's of God. But they don't show you later on, or that day, whatever, the day after, these people far worse than they were in the first place. And no, that person can't walk no more, because that Kundalini has left them. And it's a deceiving, lying spirit. And these pastors out there, they're false ministers. Yeah, there's healing, absolutely. God does heal, and when 2 or more gather in the name, God can heal people, absolutely. That's what the Bible says. But you have these pastors out there who use the Kundalini magic to gain money off of people. You see it all the time, and you go on videos all the time. They healing people, making people jump off the chair that they've never walked in the day of their life. But again, they don't show you what happens the next day when they get badly sick and everything else, because of the Kundalini spirit. It's not of God. You know what I mean? And so basically, back to the psychotropic drugs. The psychotropic drugs, again, it's widely encouraged in the occult, New Age, and from different levels of witchcraft too. New Age especially. I mean, that's a big, big thing. Any this magic practice, and even Aleister Crowley and his brand of magic, they always indulge in psychotropic drugs, because again, it opens up pineal gland, the third eye, and it's wide open. You just basically open your front door, you turn the light on, say, Satan, come on in. And granted, not everybody, they're lucky, but not everybody gets possessed or nothing. They just go on a high trip, like I said earlier. So I just wanted to get that out there. And so I'm not telling anybody what to do. You're on your person. I'm not going to judge you for it. But even smoking marijuana, you're playing with fire. And you really are. And again, I got a lot of friends who smoke it, and I'm probably going to get my butt chewed out. But you know what? Hey, the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? I have to say it. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth. I don't like some things that were true, but you know what? Hey, we're adults. We have to accept that. So I just wanted to get that out there and tell people, warn people. I'm just giving you a warning. What you do, I don't care. It's your business. I'm not a judge. That's God's job to judge you. You know what I mean? I'm just warning you what can happen. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, thank you for joining me, and going to be joining me later, because it's 7:26 in the morning here in the East Coast. Beautiful day, Monday, June 17th, 2019. And hey, what's up, Jonathan? I'll give you a call later on tonight if you're awake. Yeah, we should do another show together. And so yeah, all right, man. Well, talk to you guys later. God bless and shalom. Declaring war on the New World Order. TruthRadioShow.com.